Hi, Colin. This video is for you. This is your discovery from yesterday. And I went ahead and tested it and I found some things and it's getting worked on right now. And hopefully I'll have a version today that I could upload. Unfortunately, I'm leaving in like 2 hours. So I don't know if it's going to come in within that time for me to do it. So if that's the case, I'll probably have to wait until next week. In any event, I did want to show you what we found then. So apparently we were testing the buy market and sell market buttons, and those are the issues only. So if you use an up bar or down bar, the offsets work correctly, or if you're in the auto mode, that works correctly also. It's only the buy and sell markets, and that's what we were testing. So let me just go through this since we were talking yesterday about how to do these offsets. So let me explain to you. Okay, so the entry trigger, I can talk about that in a little bit, but it's set for 0. So quantity 1 is going to go on with no offset. So it's just going to go on instantly. Quantity 2 is going to have a 20 tick, I call it in the money, so in your favor, like a buy market, a buy, sell, or stop. And that's going to be 20 ticks above the entry trigger. And that's where the trigger comes in. So when things set up or when I click the button, it's going to be at the trigger level. And then from there, it's going to be 21. So there is a couple ticks for slippage. And that's why they might, stops and targets might be off a little bit. But in any event, in target 3, I have 1. And that's a negative 20. So in the event that it comes down, let's say, for instance, in this port right here, if it comes down and gets us at negative 20, then we'll get a better fill and it'll go up. Now we have cancel if not filled set at 30. So if it comes down here and doesn't hit us, let's say that third quantity was right there, doesn't hit it, and then it goes out. If it goes 30 ticks, it'll just cancel the order out. Or cancel if not fill, or if the stop, let's say the trail stop that you have gets above, equal to, or above this order, it'll cancel it. Meaning that, let's say you're in the first one, you get in right away and you're going up. You never came down enough to get that other target. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up. And then whatever your stop management is, the stops go from your initial, I think we were talking like 50 or whatever you had, and it comes up to, let's say, here. Well, we don't want to get stopped out here and then have an order pending here. So if it's equal to or greater than, if the stop is equal to or greater than, it'll kill it. Or if 30 ticks away from you, it won't. As long as it stays in a little range, it's rather going to get canceled if not filled, or it's going to come down and get you for a better fill. I'm not going to worry about these two right now because it's for something else. So as far as the targets, I have 50 for that initial one. And now what I've done for target 2 is I've only done 30 because if you remember correctly, we're getting in 20 ticks after the entry. So we're getting a little late to the game. So try to push 50 ticks out of something that's already, you've given up 20. So by having it set for 30, it's going to be around the 50 mark, within a tick or two. And then for if you come down and get this second one down here at negative 20, well, I'm going to look for a 70 tick stop because that's 50 from where we originally want to get it, plus the 20 that I've gained from that. So, so they're all going to be, all the targets are going to be hovered around the same area, around the 50 mark. And my initial stop then is 50, 70, and it's the same theory, 70. So if the stop is 50, the stop has got to be 70, because if you want to keep it at 50, but you've already given up 20, so you got to go to 70. But on this quantity 3, you only need a stop of 30 because you've already come down 20. So you don't need to come down another, 20. It's just, so that's the math behind that. So let's go ahead and because I can't use these buy markets, sell markets, because I don't have I could use them, but what'll happen is they're just going to, I'll go into manual mode, active, or buy. They're just got, oh, now it's working. Yeah, so no, it's not working. So there's the buy. So they all 3 got on at the same time. There's our 3 targets. There's our 3 stops because they all got it at the same time. But we don't want that. So I'm going to cancel out of here. And let's just do an up bar. So if you see here, there's the up bar. That's just what I have it set for. No big deal. The entry trigger, that's the entry trigger. So that's where things get triggered. If price breaches that, now I don't have my price line marker on, but if I had my Ninja price line marker, you would see the buy, ask, and last prices. So we have to wait for that to then to come up and breach that, and it's going to take us because we're doing it on a up bar. So we kind of like this. We want it to come down to here. Now let's say you wanted it to come down to here. Well, you might not want to turn it on right now because of the fact it's going to get you in here. You might want to wait until it starts to come down a little closer, then activate it. Then, you know, if it comes down to here and then it goes up, it'll take you in. Or if it goes down a little further, that's fine. It'll take you in on the up bar. So it's just, again, a range. So right now, let me just kind of get this going. And that's going to chase. See, I don't know if you saw that or not, but real quick, it kind of chased down, chased down, chased down. It gave you an up bar, it breached it, and took you in. Okay, so let's evaluate this. So we have one in right away, and we have our 20. Let me get my ruler out here. So we have 20 there. Well, notice it's 16 ticks. It's not from the entry, it's from the trigger. This is the trigger right here. That's where it triggered in. So the math counts from there. Okay, so we have 20 there, and this one here should be 20 because that was the negative. So this is 3, this is 2, and right now is the one that we got it instantly. You can see a little slippage there from where we got in. So, okay, and then this here is the target for the first one, and this is the stop for the first one. And if we measure all that business, now that will be from the entry. So that's 50 right there. And our target was 50, and that does go by the entry. So the trigger is worth like it cancel if not filled. Cancel if not filled is at 30 because that's what we set it for. So right here, if this goes in, if this price goes up to that yellow line, this pending order will cancel. And because I don't have any stop management on, these will just stay here and won't do anything. But if they did come up here or here, then they would cancel that also. Okay, so moving forward, let's see if I can get one of these orders. There it is. Okay, so now we have the second one here. So now we got 2 contracts on. We went 30 ticks, obviously. So 30 ticks was right there. That's why that one canceled out, because we never got it. So that's going to cancel out. It went against us. We don't want to have it pending. And then, so now here are our 2 stops. About the same price. Remember, we had a little slippage there, a couple ticks of slippage from, what was it, the trigger from there to there was 4 ticks. So, you're probably going to have a little bit 4 ticks. Is that 4 ticks? Yeah, 4 ticks. So there's your little slippage there. So that's why, but you could very easily just come down here and marry them together and move them around if you want to do that. Same with up here too. You could just go ahead and marry them together, put them on top of each other, and then there's your 2 that you're dealing. Now, if you want to split them, you just right-click on it, and I'm not sure which one's which because they're separate orders. Well, right here, their profit 3 is the one we took. So depending on how you want to management, you can say, decrease and then split them, and then you could kind of do that again. So in any event, I'll leave that there. So that is in a nutshell how that all works. So hopefully that explains it. And pretty soon I will have the buy and sell market. So that logic that we just talked about will be included in that buy sell market button also. And thank you for the discovery. And it should hopefully be fixed for next week. All right. Thanks.
Order filled.